Hey everybody, it's Allie. Welcome back to the one time a year where I actually manage to post consistently, aka Art Fight. Now, if you somehow stumbled across this video, I'm assuming that, like me, you've already made your way through all of the Art Fight prep videos, all of the Art Fight explained videos, and are now making your way through all of the Art Fight Week 1 recap videos. But if somehow you managed to end up here and you still don't know what Art Fight is, I'll give you a brief explanation. Basically, Art Fight is an annual game hosted in July where participating artists are split into two different teams of opposing themes. This year it's Seafoam versus Stardust. Artists will draw OCs from members on the other team and get points depending on how complex their drawings are. For example, a shaded drawing is going to get more points than a non-shaded drawing, and an animated drawing is going to get more points than a non-animated drawing. While Art Fight technically is a competition though, it's more about creating and getting cute art of your OCs than it is about actually winning. For those of you wondering, I am on Team Seafoam, if it's not obvious by the theming of this video, and I'm going to put the link to my profile along with the artists who I mentioned in this video all in the description. Without further ado, let's get into the art. My first attack of the year was against the Jitsu's Kids AU, which is a Rise of the TMNT AU that I think is primarily on Tumblr. At least that's where I read it. It's by PhoebePheebsPhibs and will absolutely make you cry, but I would definitely suggest it. For this drawing, I decided to draw the two characters, Leo and Mikey, hugging because they are brothers and they are adorable. And since it's Art Fight and a lot of us are focusing on improving our art, I decided to work on one of my weak spots, which is character interactions. Surprisingly, the pose came out really good, and honestly the hardest part of this for me, if it's gotten to that part of the speed paint yet, was actually Leo's face. Normally I have a pretty easy time drawing faces. It's one of the things that I focus on the most. I'm definitely one of those people who would just draw from the shoulders and up to avoid drawing hands. But yeah, that was actually one of the more difficult parts of the drawing for me. I'm honestly really proud with how it came out though. I think it looks absolutely adorable. Definitely check out the artist both on Art Fight and on Tumblr, and if you haven't, please watch Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It is one of the best animated series I've ever seen and did not deserve the treatment that Nickelodeon gave it. It deserved way more than 1.5 seasons. It deserved like 5 seasons, I swear. You should watch it. This next piece was actually my first friendly fire of the game. Now I know some people suggest against doing friendly fire and decide not to, and whatever floats your boat, I'm totally okay with that, but honestly, I would definitely suggest doing friendly fire. Even though it doesn't get as much points as a typical attack would get you, again, Art Fight isn't about winning, and it still does get you some points. And if there's an OC that's on your team but you really, really want to draw, do it. Do it. I really love this OC's design. I especially love like her hair tentacle thingies and the little eyeballs at the end. I really love drawing humanoid characters with just a specific little non-human element. I just think it adds so much flavor to the design, and I'm really proud with how this drawing turned out. I really love the pose. I love the costume that the original creator, which was Little Gingy on Art Fight, designed. I think it's absolutely adorable, and I really enjoyed drawing it. I actually ended up drawing a background in this sketch too, which honestly didn't come out the best, but I will admit that I did not spend much time on it. I definitely spent more time on the character. Normally I don't draw backgrounds, but again, it's Art Fight and I want to work on my weak points, so I decided to add in a background too. My whole principle for friendly fire is that I never do more than a sketch since I don't want to spend too much time on things that aren't going to earn me a lot of points. But honestly, doing a sketch instead of a finished artwork really takes the pressure off, and I honestly think that I was able to explore a lot more since it was less pressure on the actual drawing. Okay, this next piece. When I tell you guys I was literally counting down the days until Art Fight started so that I could start working on this piece, I am not exaggerating. The moment that I saw this character, which is Harper by, I think, their username is rin_tm, but I'm not completely sure how to pronounce it. I will link it in the description regardless. But yes, the moment that I saw this character, I absolutely fell in love. The color palette, the little librarian glasses, everything, it's just amazing. It's chef's kiss. I cannot put into words how much I love this character design, so I was super excited to draw her. You'll see that the elements that I was sort of experimenting with this time was using different brushes and also combining lined and lineless elements into my art. For her hair, I ended up using the brush that I typically just sketch with in order to give her hair a softer appearance. And then you'll also see at the end, I'm going to add in the pattern onto her sweater vest. I completely forgot to do that when I was doing my original sketch, but luckily at the very end, I looked at the reference again because I was like, I think I'm missing something, and then I was like, oh yes, very big element of the sweater vest, better draw that in real quick. And I'm really proud with how the finished artwork came out. I tried a new angle as well, a sort of top-down, like looking down at the character almost. I'm not sure if that came across, but regardless, I'm still very proud with how this drawing came out. Something that I just want to mention real quickly before I continue talking about the art is that the sketches that you see are mine. I do draw the sketches traditionally in my sketchbook before I scan them in and I finish them in Procreate. So no, I am not tracing. No, I did not steal. That is my art. I just started it in a different medium to help give my eyes a break. So this attack is of Finley Davis by Sky11037. Again, I'm going to link that username in the description in case I'm saying that wrong. For this one, I really wanted to work more on backgrounds, specifically the water. I'm honestly really proud of how this turned out. Again, backgrounds are definitely not my strong suit, and I've never really drawn ocean water coming in waves before, but I'm really proud of how this turned out. I think it sort of fits in with the sea foam theme, which I know technically you don't have to have your art go by the theme, but as someone who really loves very beachy, I don't know, sort of ocean aesthetics, I am trying to include that in at least some of my art. I think it's really fun. But yeah, I'm really proud with how this one turned out. This next character is actually by the same person. It's my first revenge attack. I haven't got to that part of the speed paint yet, but you'll see in a bit when I add the effects that this character is in fact a waterbender. I didn't actually realize until about halfway through I was working on this piece that I had drawn two attacks that were sort of experimenting with how I drew water in a row for the same person. But I hope they don't mind. I mean, I am Team Seafoam, so like, you know, gotta add those water effects in somewhere. Anyway, I was super excited to draw this character, one, because it was my first revenge attack, and I was super excited to actually get art of some of my characters. Also because I am a huge fan of Avatar: The Last Airbender, so of course, whenever I get to draw art for a series that I really like, I'm very excited. I believe that this character is actually for an Avatar: The Last Airbender themed D&D campaign. I think that's what I read on this character's profile, so very cool, like that a lot. And yeah, so I was really excited to draw sort of the bending effects because I've never actually drawn someone in the process of bending before, and I think the water turned out pretty cool. I tried to have a very dynamic, fluid pose to fit with the whole water bender thing, I guess. And that's everything I made this week. If you made it all the way to the end, thank you so much for watching, and remember all my links and the links to all the artists that I talked about here are in the description if you want to go check them out. I plan to post another video next week recapping week 2 of Art Fight, and yeah, I look forward to seeing all of your guys' art. If you want to tag your profile in the comments, remember to just write your username, not the link, otherwise it'll get flagged. And yeah, happy Art Fight!